ESL1 New York, we are here for a Sunday, second time. We are back in the Big Apple. Today is the day we will crown a champion here at the Barclays Center. And you know what, yesterday, what a fabulous day it was. The atmosphere in here, fully electric. We had great CS as well, and we saw a North American team make it through to today's final. Any Liquid fans in here? And they are taking on a team which is just an absolute band of rock stars. Made their semi-final look easy. Any FaZe fans?
What a summer it's been for the Liquid organization. Not only did they win the International in Dota, they've had 2 straight finals in Counter-Strike, which may have been even less likely, up against a team of rock stars, as OJ affectionately put it, FaZe Clan.
They're a hard-hitting team of rock stars, I have to say. The power these guys possess is something that's ungodly. It's going to be very difficult to beat them. They haven't really been tested this tournament, but Liquid have looked great, Matt. This is one of the best forms I've ever seen them in, and they seem to be going from strength to strength right now. Very tactical team with a powerhouse unit themselves, so it should be a fantastic final, and I wouldn't be surprised if this goes the full distance and we see all 5 maps.
All 5 maps is a possibility. It'll be Liquid that has more to prove in trying to put it at that.
But both of the new additions, olofmeister and Guardian, at one point have both been the best player in the world. The potential level of this 5-man unit is off the scale. Guardian's been finding form once again. olofmeister looking like his old self, and the way they've been performing so far. Sure, only 4 maps so far, but it's looked lights out. No one can touch them. The likes of Astralis getting blown out the water by this 5-man unit. And Liquid, they've been doing their homework. They're definitely going to be ready for this 5-map affair. The tactic will be there. Zeus will be influential throughout this one, trying to keep them level-headed, and they have got some amazing fraggers themselves. You think about Twists going at it, you think about Elige, the best North American player. They definitely have enough to go toe-to-toe with these guys.
Toe-to-toe, they'll try and go. Liquid gets ready to roll. Obviously, they get the huddle, get the talks done. And you said about the 2 players, Guardian and Olaf, both have been #1 in the world at individual times. By the way, Guardian, second time he's been on the stage in New York. They mentioned on the desk, the only $250,000 plus. Exactly that. The only $250,000 plus event he's won last year, the only event that Na'Vi won since bringing in Simple.
Sure.
And now he finds himself on a whole other roster as Guardian, and I think a roster that could make him a repeat New York champion.
I think it's very possible. I tweeted out earlier, I think FaZe will do this. I do think it'll be all 5 maps. 3-2 is where I'm going in this one. Obviously, that's a little bit of a knife's edge. Liquid definitely had the potential to win this grand final as well. We haven't seen FaZe really tested yet against a really tactical side, so hopefully Liquid can show up today. I think the first map is going to be fantastic. Inferno, what a classic to kick things off here. Liquid, very well versed, and we've seen some great things from them on this particular map, and it can be a high fragging affair as well. FaZe can certainly be aggressive. We're going to see some high octane Counter-Strike coming from the likes of Guardian, Nico especially. We haven't even mentioned him yet. One of the world's absolute best going at it. It should be a fantastic map here. And I really do hope Liquid finds some early momentum. I want them to get out the trap hot. Maybe get a pistol, first gun round, really kind of set the tone for the match and start testing FaZe land. I don't want to see any 16-4s here. No 16-5s. I want to see them actually go double digits throughout this. It's not as one-sided as it once was, so it doesn't really worry me too much for Liquid here. If they win the pistol, which is quite set in stone how it's run these days. A lot of teams just rushing towards B, staying as a 5-man unit, or going up towards A with single smoke. I'm sure they can get rolling here. It's a map they're very confident on, and like we said, Zeus, their map. It will be very influential, making sure this team holds it together, don't get too nervous. We did see them in Mykonos in a best-of-5 against Mousesports last week, and they did have some very disappointing maps, so hopefully they can keep it together, and it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's time. FaZe Clan versus Liquid. Best-of-5 grand final, ESL1 New York. It's going to be absolutely electrifying. Make some noise as we get into a Team Liquid on the team. Going forward.
Rain, good find, catches JDM jumping through. Pistols won't amount to much. Bomb goes down inside of the smoke as well toward the mid wall, which now has Guardian, Kerrigan, Olaf, and Rain.
It's a scary team, isn't it?
Yeah, all watching it. That is, yeah, saying those names in sequence.
Yeah.
A year ago, that would have been someone frothing at the mouth over a fantasy team, and now we have it on paper, and they've got a 4-0 lead against Liquid, who will go back to guns with a full lost round bonus. Need to start getting some kills on the board. They've only got 5.
Picking things up, he goes straight towards second middle as well. JDM has spotted him. Low HP for Nico, surely around him, and Nico takes down the first. JDM fighting back, but it's not enough. olofmeister and Nico going to town, and it's once again a huge advantage for FaZe.
Your op pushes the smoke and gets a kill. He's just sitting in the open. With an AWP, he has to recock to get another shot off, and no one pushes through for the trade. He completely is on his own. Liquid's well out of sync.
Yeah, this is just... That was, to be fair, when I'm boosted up as well. Oh, I'm fearing the worst of them. How do you even flash him? You got nothing. Here we go. Deep breath. Don't even check the boost apparently, but there it is. Nitro gets his first, and it will be Nico to find him at the same time. The Dak doesn't work out. JDM finds the third frag.
Kerrigan dies in the last rounds. So too to see in this one. Oh, the auto sniper that gives the Liquid their best chance, except that Nico's still in the back of the site. And he's got accuracy. He's got...
Oh my God. Get off the server.
He does not even need full ammunition. Give him half. Give him 15 bullets for the AK at this point. That is a gamble when he's on low HP, but Liquid survive.
It was good you stopped me there, Matt. That definitely got very exciting indeed. Olaf Meister with a chance to close it out on a full eco. That would have been bizarre. But not meant to be. He definitely damages the economy of Team Liquid.
So same question now that we've got a second to talk about.
I think there's been tons of riflers that have taken the mantle recently of like potentially the world's best mechanical. I don't think there's been many AWPers that have ever been on Guardian's level at his very best. So I definitely want Guardian at his peak form if I had to choose between the two.
Well, there you go. Because I miss the glory days of Olaf's freedom, but it's Liquid that's fighting for theirs on North American soil as Twist gets another kill, but Kerrigan's fast to get it behind JDM, who opened off the kills. Still, Liquid have a chance with a man advantage. They've got to be careful of the smoke that's down, and Kerrigan continues on in good form. When he's rolling as well, that's very scary because now they've got the bomb back, and Elige won't quite catch them getting to the bomb site, but he may put himself in a good position.
Their fate. But at least made it less embarrassing.
Oh, that second shot, just it's a piece of art.
Full eco, yeah. Nothing really to write home about. Maybe just a rush banana.
If you could pick between Olaf and Guardian, the two players that have joined FaZe, if you could only have one of them return to their peak form and the other stay kind of where they have been, who would you rather?
I don't think anyone's...
Hang on, because it's interesting. There's a trade back. I will get to it. I thought it was going to be a straightforward round, but apparently FaZe have a little bit of ground to work with, so Twist has pressure. Needs to get both.
Oh, the bomb's down.
That's a bit of an issue. They'll rotate over. They still have the man advantage. I take that back, actually. What am I saying? They've lost the second man toward B, so this is actually very promising. As Nico does fall to Nitro eventually. Olaf on low HP, but he's going to flank. No armor. Kits for both. If he wins this, yes. Okay, not only did they lose the entire game, but it's a way to do it. Nitro's gambling with it! That is a gamble when he's on low HP. Flashes in a kit, the rest with armor. And thus far, not a whole lot of aggression, but they will put 3 out toward long that will cease behind rocks and trees and try and surprise and play off of each other. And Elige will play off of everyone. A great start for him.
Here we go. 4-on-2 situation. They had the advantage on the Seaside pistol on Inferno. Can they capitalize this time? It will be Rain and Kerrigan trying to pick up the pieces there. First headshot comes in, but it's not enough. Nitro takes him down. Kerrigan, surely nothing he can do about this situation. Liquid coming out the track this side of the map with 5 players without executing very quickly. Here it comes. Molotov's in. Flashbangs deployed as well. Kerrigan to find the first frag. Can't do it. Hello, Stan. 2 kills for him. Twist chiming in as well. It's up to Nico to pick up the pieces now.
And Twist smartly gets inside of the smoke to avoid Guardian. However, he gets behind the pillar. Nico, he steps up. Suddenly, it's down to a one-on-one despite Stan's great start. And Nico versus Elige, and Nico's got accuracy every time.
How has he done that? Unbelievable. We need that down to like 5%.
Rain only manages 1, so the triple pressure. Mighty Ducks triple deke toward the lower underpass does yield a kill as Elige will push up as well to pick up an M4. He's got armor to work with, not head armor. That matters against AWPs and AKs. Exchange from Stan favors as he tags Olaf down to 10 as well. That'll force him to reconsider position, more so because he's isolated. Had Elige gone through the underpass, he's not. He's rotated back smartly so as well because they're going to go long. And he's ready for it. Further damage done. Guardian's on 5. Suddenly, Liquid actually have a bit of a chance. 3 players extremely low. The problem is they need to get in a better position. They're trying to flank out. Stanislaw's done it perfectly, and that allows Elige back in. The timing is everything. And finally, something goes Liquid's way. 18 seconds. Bomb is down at long. There should be no way that Nico wins this, but he's swift, he's quick, and run and hide.
I've overpassed for Liquid, but still not out of this one just yet.
Nade goes through and Rain gets tagged. Guardian. The sight finds Twist in the head. Finds Nitro in the chest. And they'll take the treasure straight to the B site. Fast plant on top of the platform. Stan again locked out toward the jungle. things going bad to worse. Guardian can't hit every single shot, but that's fine. He's done enough as they hold the position. Elise. That's a scary thought. 23 seconds, a man down already. Walking in to a stacked crossfire, which has a rotation bomb's been dropped. Rain's got the first kill. Twist response. JDM does the same, but like you say, they've got to get the plant in 12 seconds now, excuse me. Olaf's already thrown out the Molotov, so they'll change position for the plant. Thankfully, it gets in, and JDM gets Nico, but it's up to Kerrigan. He's on the flank, and JDM's already considering it. Through the smoke he goes, and JDM has to be more than ready. Whoa. Thankfully, he occupies half the monitor, so it's not an easy, or rather, would have been hard.
And Legion 15 kills. If he can continue that in this pistol, maybe we have a chance to work with him. Round number 16. In terms of the buy. Don't let me get it. Oh my god, what has happened? Rain and Long looking for blood, and he gets 4 headshots. It's over. The refs called it. They're dead. It's oh my god.
Wow. Wow. That is ridiculous.
I was just looking into the buy.
This is the most rounds anyone's taken off FaZe yet. Good push through from Rain, but it's canceled out immediately. Good positioning from Liquid, but Guardian there as well takes down Nitro. And there he is no more. He'll back off at Long and go toward the side at direct. And Liquid has no choice but to slow down. Now the good thing is, as it sits to 3 versus 3, this thins out the defense quite considerably on Overpass, especially a map like Overpass, which does rely on information, does rely on a forward aggressive stance from the CT side.
Smoke towards Long A, takes vision away from the CTs. Any all waiting on the other side, can't do much about it, as demonstrated by Guardians. Speculative shot, but there was a slight gap there. He won't be able to use it just yet as the bomb edges its way. Starts to encroach on the bomb site now. 1 minute remaining, Stanislaus feeling brave, pushes through the smoke. Oh, and it pays off! The double frag! Both headshots as well, and that's it. Surely Olaf Meister has no grounds to win this one.
Stan stepping up, 18th kill for him. So we could go a lot further. Rain's behind the smoke in the bathroom. That time, it could be everything. Guardian instead wins on JDM. Nitro goes inside bathrooms as well. If Rain pushed through, he'd be sitting behind all 3. Instead, though, Elise gets far enough forward. There's nothing he can do about responding. And they get behind him and get toward the A site. Stan will have no idea. However, he's still there nearly. Still transfers fast enough to get the kill. 13 HP. Rain survives. But more importantly, bomb down. The problem surrounded. They will be as soon as they try and get a post-plant position.
For a scout, a UMP, and a FAMAS, if they lost this, what a gutting way to finish it would be for Liquid. But if they manage to take it to overtime, everything reset, and the form they're showing now, they might just have a chance here.
Nico and Olaf the only ones toward B. It's been trades that have favored Liquid. If they trade equally against 2 players in the site, they should be able to hold it off. They go, smoke, a lineup they've got to get out of. Nico's got them sitting in the rights of the traps. It goes to the pistol. If they lose like this, it would be a disaster. But what a play from Nico to make it a possibility.
No!
Stanislaus.
Final champions here. Kerrigan with 1 defuse, get 1 smoke to work with him. And they go towards the underpass. Guardian lying in wait. You can hear them coming.
Bye. He's going to try to be sneaky, but if he's going to be sneaky, he's got to hit shots. Elige does much better in doing so. Twist will hold off the vents. They don't have access to the site just yet. They'll wait for Nitro to get in position in Palace because Elige holds with Bomb, and they just want to see what rotations will come their way. It's actually decent map control to have because they could still open up to fast. Flashes out. They try and spray it through the window. Instead, though, Twist gets Kerrigan back. However, Olaf has access, and they have the HP advantage on the CT side. He's the one with the kit as well as Olaf. Down goes Nitro. Suddenly, Twist again has to clutch it. No idea that he's that close. Rain gets caught out, and he knows that Olaf's jumped in. Buys himself space by boldly jumping back toward the jail. And he needs to step up and get himself out of this situation as Olaf gets closer.
Wow.
Twist says absolutely not.
Now we're getting somewhere with Twist. 4 kills in the round. Manages to juke. It's looming now.
I'm not going to lie. I actually thought he was going to hit his own Molotov because he didn't go over the balcony.
How anticlimactic would that have been? It's like, well, I'll just run into my own flames.
It was inches away, I'm sure, on the other side of the smoke. Kerrigan ready again with the AWP this time on B, but similar aggressive stance, takes down Nitro and falls into the site. The pistols will pour in toward him, and he's certainly ready for yet another as he takes JDM, but somehow still alive in this. They're losing numbers on the Liquid side. They somehow pull it back to a 2 versus 2. He wants the gun and gets it. Stan wants to pull it out. That'll cost him because Guardian's able to jump through. Elige now knows he has to get off the plant. AWP versus 2 on close angles in the site, and Guardian has the op at the ready against him. Rain has arrived to have the wide shot, misses it. Does Elige Guardian take it back? He actually hit but got away. I thought for sure it was an immediate trade. He now has a chance for a low HP clutch. I'm not sure he's aware.
Oh, this is perfect.
But he's got him so deep in the sights. Elige will answer it. Finally, they win a clutch.
Not known to be an author, but Elige
does go down to Stan, who, I'll give him credit, has looked impressive in this game, considering the situations. with more confidence than we saw yesterday and early on in this series. Just one man down. He has position at Tetris, but the rest of his team spread out. Nitro still looking at the underpass with JDM, waiting to see if there will be further regression at middle.
We had a footstep on the Tetris area, unfortunately for him, so Nico well aware and hungry for blood as well. He already found 2 kills towards that underpass area. Molotov towards CD spawn, desperate at this point, hoping it forces someone out, but if anything, this gives his position away with the trajectory and where it was thrown from.
Nitro starts to go on to B. Makes a bit of contact that keeps Olaf at bay, and Kerrigan stays towards CT if he has to rotate, but they've not sold anything. This is by no means successful in Fake if that was the plan, as Nico takes down Stan. JDM caught by Kerrigan on terrain. 2 low HP players who have rifles with armor, but that's a factor when you consider how low they are. And then Twist, who's trying to get close enough to get pistol into effect. He's the one that needs to bait off of this. He's crossed down, he knows where he is. Rain's got the hard part done. Elige, it would take 1 bullet. 51, it would take 1 the other way as well if he's not careful. So he still has something to consider. Elige does not have a kit. But the shadow shows, and Rain pulls back the round.
All you can do is fist bump at that point for Team Liquid. A 3 versus 1 situation. It seemed like the low HP player couldn't do anything in the final interaction with Rain there. They have to take a full eco, and it's looking very likely to be 14-4 here in the potential last map of this grand final. It's a best of 5, but FaZe Clan might sweep this 3-0. Nothing purchased into round number 18 here. USBs across the board, and I thought Nitro had done enough there, Matt. It seemed like he'd done everything.
Rain will wait again. Even when they do everything against FaZe, when they have this much firepower and everyone's hitting shots. Rain sits on 20 kills, Nico's on 19. Best on Liquid, 11 for Twist, 2 down to Rain. It makes him now hit number 22 with JDM added to that total as well. And he'll go back up for more. Knows he's being pushed in, but 19 HP doesn't respond fast enough. Elige at least picks up a gun, but the gun might have to run and head for the hills. I don't think it's going to, because Guardian's already pursuing it. A punch, doesn't matter, Elige hits it first. Nitro on 3 HP. We'll try and get toward Guardian's body and get a gun late, perhaps, if Elige can babysit it. He knows that there's someone pursuing a little bit sooner than that, so he'll sit to wait. If anyone's going to peek Elige from window, he can actually catch them off in turn. But all for naught in the round, because it goes 14 and 2 rounds to go for FaZe to win ESL New York 2017. Good read by Nico. And in doing so, making Guardian a back-to-back New York champion in a much different color on his shirt. The question is, does he have the same amount of tears this time?
I don't think so. It hasn't been such a sloggy first tournament really with this team. It turned up and looked like this. Like he was like, well, is this my life now? It's obliterating everyone in every single map.
Luxury, sitting back,
must
getting
be
served
nice.
sandwiches at tea time. Last year was a slugfest of a final. Even if the scores of the maps didn't suggest, it was a lot of clutching from both sides.
Yeah, I haven't really been tested too much in this final map so far. We had a couple of nice clutches from Liquid, but no convincing rounds, I'm afraid. 5M4s, no JDM Orb, no defuse kits. After that, 4 spies left them very weak indeed. Good news is Kerrigan's only got the UMP, but lose this one, it's pretty much done. They'll have 4th state loss bonus on the CT side. It won't be enough unless they save 2 weapons. Has to be a win here. Nothing else will do for Team Liquid. It will give championship point towards FaZe and no money in the bank. In terms of setup.
All but done. The smoke goes bench. Interesting bounce smoke go to Arch. That'll land quickly. Rather than the skybox. Oh, okay. Bounces off the back of his teammate's head. Rather than the skybox bounce, which takes a little bit more time to, I guess, bloom, if you will, on the site.
Oh, it's just done. It's a fake towards B. They've taken the bait, hook, line, and sinker. And Nico finds a kill at A. Twist is locked in a sport of no nades, and it's done. There's no way they can win this round at this point. No kits. The bomb will be planted. It's an open plant. All right, Twist. Maybe there's something within this. Bomb planted towards connector, but no kits. Like I said, it's going to take someone to go absolutely wild here to have any sort of chance.
Twist misread where they planted as well. The slightly off angle for Guardian meant that he was safe of spam. He goes back out toward A main with Rain on the stairwell. Even with Twist trying to pull that back as he dared. Still sitting man down, and before the smoke blooms, Kerrigan's able to strike behind. Damage done from A main. Rain finds JDM. It's Twist again who has to step up. He can't do it this time alone. And Guardian secures championship point for FaZe in map number 3.
It's looking very good indeed, I have to say. FaZe 3 players surviving, bomb planted. It was just such a beautiful fake there. All the smokes, the flashbangs, the Molotov deployed towards B, and as soon as they actually throw those Molotovs and smokes in, they're down towards the underpass. They're ready to split. As soon as they do that, Nico, making it look like he's coming for a flank, he finds the opening kill at A. They all come in towards Connector. It's just done. There's no way you can win that round. They have to force by here, Liquid. 15-4, 11 championship points to play with here, FaZe. This should be where they close it out, though. SMGs, Famases, and maybe a set piece coming in. Looks like the A split is very likely. The bomb towards A ramp, but Legion Twist, no, they have to work hard for the frags here. Waiting on the other side of the smoke. No kills being exchanged out of here as we head towards shore.
Legion Twist could be a threat. Kerrigan seems to think they're, or at least know that they're there, but when they go for the reload, that's when they strike. Good trade. Legion needs to double it if they want any chance, and that's gone. This makes problems worse because JDM gets smoked off, backed away, and FaZe continue to apply the pressure. Olaf through the window, gets one, gets traded out, a bomb planted, and again there is no kits, an MP9. And a Nico well in the way as he goes back to Sandwich.
I don't know how they do this. How are they going to pull this one out? They've got smokes and flashbangs, that's about it.
In the nades rain. The Arsenal toward the firebox in hope of a kill. All in one position, and Guardian makes it just Nitro to find the flash! And Nico fittingly gets the last kill as FaZe dominate New York in 2017 in the Barclays Center all the way through this tournament. They've looked so good.
Not dropping a single map so far. A solid unit, a super team of sorts. Everyone stepping up in this grand final. It looked like Liquid could do something on the second map. They made it the closest scoreline ever in the tournament for FaZe on that 16-14. It's been a great run for Liquid. 2 grand finals and back-to-back tournaments, but there it is. It will be the 3-0 sweep.
And credit to Liquid, as you say, 2 back-to-back finals. But credit to FaZe Clan, they took a risk to try and change up players despite having decent success aside from the major. And Guardian gets his back-to-back trophy. New York 2017, FaZe are your champions. And they'll let the new boys get the trophy. Guardian's done this before. Olaf joins him.
That was some grand final, almost as good as the sign that man's holding up just there. Kerrigan, as the head of this team, we've talked about it being a super team. I've mentioned it, Henry was talking about it. This was some performance.
It was amazing. I don't know what to say. We won. We haven't lost a single map this tournament, and it's just amazing to be part of this team and part of a journey that just started.
Well, you say this journey's just started, and you have just lifted the ESL 1 trophy. It's back over there with you. How good can you be?
I think we showed today what we can do if all players are hitting their peak. But you also have to be honest, if some players don't hit their peak, we need some structure, and that's what we need to work on the rest of the year. We're not ready to be the world champ right now, but we will be in 1 month or 2 months.
How much do you think it was a risk putting this team together? When you changed it, because it was a fairly newish lineup anyway, how much was that a risk, do you think?
I think when people look at our previous result with the old lineup, it was a good result. We had 4 finals in a row, 5 top 4, but there was something missing. And I think we found the missing piece in Guardian and Olaf Meister, so I'm so glad that FaZe could bring them on board.
Well, you are the ESL 1 champions here in the Barclays Center. What has it been like winning and playing in New York in front of this crowd?
It has been amazing, you know, many US fans here hoping for a US victory, but I guess they have a chance next year when New York is coming back, hopefully.
The esports world keeps on turning, more CS tournaments. For people who've watched you play, opponents, teams who've watched what you've just done here, what do you want to say to them?
I would say we are ready for the next tournament, and I hope somebody can bring more to the table.
More to the table. Thank you so much, Carrigan, a fabulous leader. It's been an amazing performance. Put your hands together for your winners, the ESL 1 champions, and that is FaZe!
A thoroughly brilliant performance from FaZe. Flawless throughout ESL 1 New York 2017. And they do claim a trophy. This is, they said, Duncan, the start of the story as well. It's very promising, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they've played 3 tournaments. Obviously, E-League's not finished, but they made it first in their group there, which had G2, had Na'Vi. Now they've crushed this whole tournament. Even the one they lost, the first one, Malmo, they were losing to like a very good Gambit team. There was some quality sides in that tournament, so it feels like in terms of the potential, we're seeing a lot of it now. I agree with Guardian, with Carrigan there though. You could see where they need to put in a little bit of the structure, and then they'll be truly unstoppable.
Yeah, Sponge, I mean, you saw some glimpses of that. Impressed by what you've seen?
Yeah, that was a blistering performance, right? What they said, a flawless victory throughout the tournament. No one really tested them. We had one map there that they looked a little bit competitive, but they were in control the whole time. They had a lot of match points to work with. So that all in all, it was a fantastic performance from FaZe, and I think that this has to be one of the most dominant tournament victories, I think, ever in CSGO history for sure. But something to note, Carrigan's interview was extremely humble, right? The fact that he can come out of a game, come out of a tournament winning in that fashion going, hey, we still have the rest of the year to work on our flaws. We know what our flaws are.
Sure.
If they can fix that up, this could be one of the most dangerous teams in the 2017.
Well, I mean, Duncan, you jokingly said it could break Counter-Strike if this team works out.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. This actually, because it was so dominant, the force of it, you know, no one here really could stand against them. Like, Liquid had one map where they got it going. Other than that, nothing. Obviously, people like SK, Alstras couldn't even get to the final to face them. I remember, okay, I'm a big fan of MMA, and 2 of the great heavyweights in MMA were these people. One was called Krokop, he was from Croatia, and he was coming up, and he was destroying everyone he was facing. And then the legendary champion at the time was a guy called Fedor, who'd never lost to anyone. And what happened was, there was once this little video they did where when the Krokop guy was like winning the title matches to get close to beating him, they showed the Krokop guy, Fedor, backstage watching him in his like fight before he was going to face him. And he had like a look on his face of like determination, like he knew like, I'm going to have to face this guy. This guy's on fire right now, and I'm going to have to be the one to stop him because these guys